I just want to do a quick walk around for the drill press restoration I just finished up. Um, had it about 2 weeks now. Picked it up from a guy in Atlanta who had it kind of sitting out under his carport. Uh, had a bunch of bicycles and lawnmowers and whatnot that he tinkered with, but traded him some stuff. Got it for a good deal. It sort of worked when I got it. When you plugged it in, it ran for a minute or half a minute or so, and it tripped a breaker. So I knew there was something going on with the motor, and tore it all apart. Stripped the motor down, and it was full of dirt dauber nests, like completely full. And the head had twice as much dirt dauber in it as the motor did. But anyway, got all that stuff cleaned up and refinished. Um, Took the column out, put it on the lathe, cleaned it up with some sandpaper and whatnot just to get all the rust off. All the cast, the base, the tables, the head, the whole thing was just completely rusted. Um, the chuck, everything you see, but if it was metal, it was rusted basically. It's been sitting outside for who knows how long. But anyway, got it all cleaned up, stripped, and repainted, put back together. Everything freed up. It's supposed to be moving and whatnot. And it's actually turned out to be really nice. I am super happy with it, how it turned out overall. The only thing missing was the quill lock right here, and it's essentially the same as this. It's just a through bolt with like a cam type system that pinches the actual spindle, but fairly easy to make on the Miller lathe, and that's if I can't find one cheap on eBay. But it's something I want to utilize at some point, so I'll go ahead and make one or buy one. It's a 1970 model Craftsman 15 and a half inch drill press. It's got a half horse motor, and for some reason, the engineers, whoever came up with this pulley design, decided that a drill press needed to turn 8,550 RPM if you so chose. I can't imagine anything needing that much RPM on a drill. I actually did put the pulley up there just for shits and giggles and see what happened, and it was pretty scary. So I definitely won't be using that RPM for much of anything that I can think of. Anyway, it's a good, well built unit. I mean, they don't make these machines like this anymore, unfortunately. And if they do, you're gonna pay a premium for them. So I've kind of gotten into getting the old stuff and restoring it back to original, or not necessarily original, but at least good quality and looking good and functioning good. I'm more of a function over form kind of a guy, but I like it to look good too. Uh, just a little bit about it. This extra table back here actually rotates. There's a bolt underneath here on the bottom side that you loosen, and this table will twist. You can lock it in 45 degrees either way, or you can lock it 90 degrees where the table's vertical either way, or you can stop it anywhere in between. So it's got an infinite amount of adjustment if you have some crazy angle you need to drill out. But nice to have that secondary table. Like I said, it was an accessory. I'm sure they're getting kind of rare to find this model drill that actually has the table that's made for it. But overall, because they were made so well back in the day, it was pretty damn painless to get back what I would consider 100%. It's built like a tank. I mean, they don't make stuff like this anymore. You got the spindle nice and freed up. There's hardly any play. I've got about a thousandths run out on the spindle, believe it or not, which is just ridiculous if you ask me in terms of run out. But everything's nice and smooth. Got the old school Jacob's chuck, super nice. Actually, even had the original. I dug it. He gave me a box of bits and stuff with it, and it actually had the original Jacob's chuck key, which is in really darn good shape. There you go. But anyway, so yeah, it's cool. Works really well. It's got this little convertible hat top type thing right here that lifts up. It just stays there, and you can adjust all your pulleys. Uses a really tiny belt that actually requires a fair amount of tension. So But once you get it set, it's pretty easy to swap. You just kind of bicycle chain it off of the pulley and up to the next one, or down, or however you want to do it. But pretty decent amount of RPM adjustment. Goes from about 8,500 down to 380. I wish it would go maybe one step lower, around 150, but it is what it is. I can work with it. So that hat just sits on there. Let's see, it's got a light underneath. That's another thing that it's missing, actually. There's usually a cover right here to cover that bulb, like maybe a piece of plastic or something, but you know, being that it's 46 years old, plastic is not really expected to last that long in this kind of environment. But anyway, it's all there. I'm pretty stoked with it. I had a small benchtop drill press that it was what it was. It was just a small little press. It wouldn't do a whole lot. Didn't have a lot of horsepower or anything. And this thing isn't huge. It's probably what I'd consider a medium duty, but it'll do certainly 90% of the things I need to do in the shop. So I'm glad to have it. Just got to clean out a place for it. The gray that I painted it is actually smoke gray, and it's normally a little bit darker. It's actually normally the same color as the motor, which is like a dark gray, like a charcoal almost. But anyway, I like the smoke gray better. I did my old Atlas lathe. That's a 1950-ish model lathe that I restored as well, and I went back smoke gray with it. And of course, the shop it's got a lot of gray in it too. Anyway, like I said, I kind of like to coordinate if I can. But let's see, I'll turn it on for you. You can just kind of see her working. Guess you should wait for that to stop turning. But anyway, of course, it's got the typical rattle on the hat. I'll have to do some tweaking in there to get it to sit right, or maybe put some rubber coping around the bottom so it doesn't vibrate. But yeah, even the stickers and stuff on it, that's all original. I mean, it's got some stuff around the edges, but otherwise it's in fantastic shape for 46 years old. There was a date stamp inside the head of February 20th, 1970. So sometime around the first part of 1970, it hit the showroom, and who knows how many people have owned it since then. But anyway, I hope it gives me a couple decades of good service before I pass it on to the next guy. Anyway, there she is. Thanks for watching.